you guys. How's everybody doing? I am back. Sorry. Sorry about last week, but I am back this week. I'm not pissed. I'm just extremely tired. Um, I've been tired for a while. I feel like I go to sleep tired and I wake up tired. So I'm just tired. Hey, Burn. What's up? What's up? Um, I'm gonna be talking about insecurities because I think it needs to be addressed. Don't mind the title. It just totally goes against my personality, but I thought it'd be funny just to put it because that's something that I ordinarily wouldn't say. Um, but yeah, first things first though, I want to talk about, hey David, I want to talk about this cruise. So if you're going on the cruise, March 14th is the first day of the payment schedule. I'm not even going to try to say your name because I can't. Like, I just can't say your name. Sorry. I told you to send it to me, like record it so I can get it, but you won't do that. But yes, if you're going on the cruise, if you're in Florida, you're going on the cruise to the Bahamas in October, on the 14th, that's the beginning of the payment arrangement. I suggest if you're using your tax money, go ahead and take care of that before you run out. Yes, I'm here. Yeah, so there's that. I apologize for last week. I was just too tired. I just couldn't make it. I couldn't make it through. But I'm here today. So that counts for something. Happy International Women's Day for all who celebrated. I didn't celebrate. I went to work today. I just did what I normally do. But I'm not knocking any women who did celebrate. That's great. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, investment accounts. We talked about this last year. If that's one of your goals, you need to go ahead and do that. Do it. If you need to know how, there's plenty of people in here that know how to start investment accounts. So if you want to start investing, try to save some money, trade some stocks, get you some bonds and some mutual funds. Do that. I suggest you do that. I highly suggest you do that. That's how people build long-term wealth, is investment accounts and property. So, why I didn't celebrate? I didn't celebrate it because I just heard about the shit a couple days ago. I didn't even know it was a thing. So I don't know. Hey, Jasmine. But yeah, I just found out about it a couple days ago. I'm not going to celebrate nothing that I really don't know too much about. I don't even celebrate regular holidays, so this is no different. So I wanted to talk about insecurities. Insecurities, they lie in a lot of us. I have insecurities sometimes. I know y'all be having insecurities, so that's why I thought that it would be beneficial to talk about it. Really need the information for investment account. Okay, investment account. I did mine with TD Ameritrade. It's free. So, Burn, if you want to inbox me, I'll give you all the information I got, and we can go from there. I actually bought a couple shares of Snapchat, so that was last year when it was last month. No, last week. I'm tripping. Last week when it was trading for like $17, I bought it. I think it was like at $24. Now it's at like $29. I think it closed at $29 or $28, something like that. But anyways, Burn, I got that information for you. Just inbox me so you can remind me to give it to you. Insecurities. So, insecurities are lack of confidence. Lack of confidence. So, you may feel like you're insecure because you feel like you don't have all you need to be able to, do what you're supposed to do. Mommy? No, I'm doing something. Mommy? She needs me. Ugh. Okay. So, sometimes it has to do with your beliefs. So if you believe, if you believe that you're ill-equipped or not prepared, it could cause some insecurity. Stop. That's Virgo, y'all. She tripping. But yeah, insecurities. Sorry, I got distracted. But should you be vocal about your insecurities? And that's a question that I have for you guys. Hey, Eb. Do you guys think that you should be like outspoken about the things that you're insecure about? Scoot over. And that's a serious question. Do you think it hurts to be vocal about the insecurities that you have? Like, say if you're dealing with somebody else, do you think that you should express your insecurities to that person because you're feeling a certain type of way? Stop it. I'm gonna kick you out. Do you? Not everybody answer at once. And do you think that being too transparent will kind of create insecurities because you're too open about your situation? What good is it to hold things in? Absolutely. Let's put it all on the table. I agree too. I think that in order to kind of cope with your insecurities, you have to be vocal about them. People have to know what you're up against. A lot of times we create these insecurities in our mind, and they're not even real. It's just shit that we made up. It doesn't have anything like any type of tangible anything. It's just shit we made up in our mind, and now we're insecure about it. So I think absolutely I agree with you guys that you should voice your insecurities or your concerns. Stop it. So you said it depends on the audience because they can use it against you. Of course, you have to do that at your own discretion. You're not going to share everything with everybody. You're not going to be an open book. We're talking about, well, I'm mostly talking about people that you trust and that you can trust with this information and that you're close to. I don't recommend that you just go telling people that you work with, that you don't know that well, how you feel about, how you're feeling and creating these things that people can use against you later. I don't think that that's the thing that you should be doing. But hey, I'm about to kick you out. But yeah, absolutely. I tell my loved ones that about my insecurities, but I don't care. I broadcast them on Facebook. Yeah, I think a lot of us broadcast a lot of shit on Facebook. I'm not opposed to that because the reason why I put my feelings out there is because I sometimes I think that I am absolutely batshit crazy, and I have to gauge, and I have to do a temperature check of the people that are around me to see and to make sure that I'm not as crazy as I feel. So that's why I put my feelings out there, because I know like there's got to be at least one other person that feels the way I feel. At least one. So a lot of times I put my stuff on social media because, I just want people to be able to relate to me. I don't want to feel alone. So that's why I do what I do. But I mean, everybody's not like that, I mainly do it too because I don't expect people to really be looking at the shit like that. And they don't. People don't be looking at the shit like that, but I don't give a fuck. I just do what I feel like I want to do and that I need to do anyway. So it makes me feel better if I put my shit out there. I will let y'all in on this little secret. I be on Twitter like emotional as fuck, but that's only because y'all are not on Twitter and y'all can't see that. So if you want to see me be emotional, I be doing shit on Twitter. But the secret's out. I feel like Lisa said self-doubt is a huge part of insecurity, and voicing insecurities with trusted people can be the best way to work through that. I've gotten over so much by doing that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that's one solution. But what's another solution to kind of help work through your insecurities that you can think of? What's another solution? Because I know that's one way is to be vocal about it. But how about this? Let me throw this out there. Say you're talking to somebody and you know that this person that you're talking to or that you're dealing with or that you're trying to court or whatever, say they don't like insecure people. Do you still voice your insecurities or do you keep them to yourself? What about that scenario? What would you guys do? What would you do if you were talking to somebody who just could not stand insecure people? And you have insecurities. You have things that you feel uncomfortable about internally. What do you do? What do you do? Hey, Rashad. Hey, Jamar. Do you be vocal? Do you tell this person, even though this person can't stand insecure people and that kind of makes them run away in some sort of way, do you still share what you're insecure about? It depends on the situation. Well, let's make up a situation. Let's make up a situation. I'd probably call them out because everyone has insecurities. Yeah, but everybody does have insecurities, but because some people are more vocal than other people, and they're telling you that they don't like insecureness, what do? Do you stop talking to that person? Is that a game changer? Insecurities are hard things to deal with. You have insecurities in almost every situation there is. You have body image issues, you have body image issues, and you have like money issues and more money issues. Like you feel like you have, issues like dealing with your goals. There's shit that everybody wants to do. Those are like the top three: body image, money, and goals. Like people feel like they're looking at somebody else's situation and saying, okay, let me measure myself against this other person, but not realizing that what's for them is what's for them, and it could create insecurities within you because maybe that's where you want to be eventually, but what do you do? For me, I would have to share, I feel like communication is everything. If I can't talk to you, I can't be with you. Absolutely. I feel like communication is a deal breaker. If you don't know how to properly communicate, you can't have anything. I feel like if I can't share my insecurities with you, it's not going to work. I need to be able to open up to you if we were dating or in a relationship. Depends, but personally, if I was really feeling someone, I would put my insecurities on Front Street. I think that you guys are kind of like in the same space that I'm in. Like dealing with insecurities, the only way to kind of get through them or get over them is if you talk it out, because like I said before, it may be something that you made up in your head. You may be like, one of my titties is bigger than the other, so I'm shamed. But maybe the person that you're talking to is like, but I love uneven titties. So, that's not even an issue anymore necessarily. You see what I'm saying? I just use that as an example. I don't know. But I mean, he may love, one little titty and one big titty. Like that may be what he needs. So do you still be insecure about it? Or do you just kind of like let it go? I think absolutely talking insecurities out is the most prominent way to work through them, because maybe it's not an insecurity that you should be worried about, because maybe your mate or your friend or whoever likes what you have. So what are some other ways other than talking out insecurities that you guys could, that you guys think would help dealing with insecurities? And if you like this video, please share it, because some people need this information. Communication. How about take baby steps towards the things that you're insecure about? How about that? Do you think that that's a solution? I have been, Rashad, I've been in that situation before where I have voiced, insecurities and no ma'am. See you later. I have voiced insecurities and it wasn't received, and then it made me feel like shit because I'm like, well, what the fuck what do I do now? But, you know, I think if if you're feeling a certain way, I think insecurities are a way of telling us that maybe something may be off, and if it can't be cleared through communication, then it's probably somebody's not being straight up, because a lot of times insecurities you can feel from other people. Other people give off those vibes, that make you feel insecure. You know, they say one thing, but then they do another. So then that creates an insecurity. So, if you're in that situation where that's happening, what do you do? What do you do? I think baby steps are a good way to kind of deal with some things that you're not used to, or kind of, you know, I guess cope with your insecurities, and especially if it's something that you can't change. I think taking baby steps towards it, whatever it is, if it is money, try to find a job, and have goals, and try to make as much money as you can, and keep climbing, even if it's a 50-cent increase, a 15-cent increase, a 5-cent increase. Every little bit counts if that's your goal. If you're insecure about the type of money that you make, if you're insecure about your body, go on and start working out, or save up that money to go get them surgeries and look how you want to look. There's options, but it's not the end all be all. And if it's something that you can't change, just try to figure out what's beautiful about it, and then try to work with that. Because not everyone can take your conversation. You have to find people in your room. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of different ways, communication being the main one, but there's a lot of different ways where you can deal with insecurities, and you can talk. What am I insecure about? I'm insecure about my hair now because I had to cut it. I cut my hair over the weekend, so now I feel like it's super short. But I don't know. I think I have body image insecurities, because I've had kids. And so, when you're not used to looking a certain way, and then all of a sudden the way you look changes drastically, like in a short period of time, that can cause issues. So that's one thing that I struggle with, even though, people around me, try to make me feel better. But I just know, for me, I know what I'm used to looking like, and I know that it's not how it used to be, and because it changed. Thank you. I cut a lot of my hair off on Saturday. Take it one day at a time, because one of the best and worst qualities is love hard, and I don't quit. And when you put everyone before yourself, sometimes the way is too much. But you can't love somebody more than yourself, because then what do you have to give? You have to love yourself first, and then you have to give what you have to give. But you can't give somebody something else first and then deplete yourself, and then when it get back to you, you don't have shit. Like, you can't do that. You always got to love yourself first. It's kind of like, how I think about it is like when you're in an airplane and they tell you to put the mask on you first and then put it on your kids and your loved ones, because if you can't fucking breathe, how the fuck you gonna save them? So you got to make sure you good before you start giving yourself away to people. But I understand. I think a lot of us are in that situation because we long to be loved, and we long to love somebody, and that feeling of being in love is like the shit. Everybody wants to feel that way, but you can't give somebody more than what you have. And if you don't have no love for yourself because you putting you last, then there's no possible way that you're going to be able to love somebody else like that. That it just doesn't work like that. Although we try, it never works. It never works. My Steven, y'all like my pillow? My Steven Universe pillow? But but yeah, you can't give what you don't have. But I think we've all been in those situations where we've given and given and given and then haven't even received that much in return. And then you get to feeling like, okay, am I being used? What the fuck is really happening right now? So I get it though. Like, I've been there. I've been there. Don't be insecure about your hair. Ladies destroy our hair all the time. Like, I cut my hair off all the time. I'm finna cut it off again. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with it. When in a relationship, you both can't be in love with the same person. Yeah, but it's a certain amount that you have to give yourself, you know, and you can give love to somebody and then receive love at the same time, but you can't give what you don't have. And if you don't have love for yourself, how can you give it to somebody else? That's what I'm trying to say. Not saying that I'm in love with me and then you in love with me too. That's not going to work. You know, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you got to give, you got to love yourself enough first to be able to give it to somebody else. But we have all been there. There is not one person that is exempt from not trying to love somebody too hard. That person doesn't even exist. Because we've all been there. Some of us have had kids out of relationships like that. Some of us have recovered from relationships like that. And they're very, very tough and they're very, very difficult. But once you figure it out, you figure out, okay, I love myself to know that this is not for me. This is not good for me. Then you can kind of get over other things that you see. But even in those situations where you're loving as hard as you can, it creates insecurities because you're like, well, damn, she don't love me like that, but I love her to death. Like, she don't reciprocate that. And it creates insecurities when you don't love yourself first and when you don't put yourself first. You have to have self-love. You have to. I think insecurities are created from bad relationships too. And it's easier said than done. It truly is, because with anything positive in this life that you get, it's going to take work. There is nothing that's just going to drop out the fucking sky and land in your lap and it's just going to be peaches and cream. It's not. You're going to have to work. Everything takes work. Marriages take work. Even though I've never been married before, I don't have to be married in order to understand that concept. There's too many people around me that are married and that tell me, it's a lot of work. It's work. Being in a relationship is enough work. So I could just imagine being married. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Nothing is going to come easy. So I'm a person that don't like insecurity, and I feel like it's contagious. How do you suggest some deal with an insecure person? Would you be more secure if we were insecure about something together? Okay, so Jamar, to answer your question, you're a person that doesn't like insecurities, right? But you have insecurities. You only don't like it because it's something that you see within yourself. So I think that it would help if you dealt with your insecurities, but you probably don't want to hear nobody else's insecurities because you're trying to deal with your own shit. And in that case, I wouldn't want to hear that shit either. But I think that the only way to cope with insecurities is to kind of talk it out. It's kind of like you have a baby and you got to keep telling your baby to do the same thing over and over and over again. That's how it is sometimes in relationships. You're like, babe, you look fine. You look fine. I think you look fine. You look fine. Maybe it's an image problem, so you have to keep reminding, your partner or whatever that, you don't have a reason to feel insecure. And I think having that reinforcement kind of helps with insecurities if you're in a relationship. Being able to kind of reinforce and try to help, because that's what friends do. And I hope that if you're in a relationship, you are actually friends, because friends will tell you, they'll tell you when there's an issue to worry about, when there's some shit to worry about. Friends will tell you. But if you really don't see anything that's an issue, then, be that reinforcement and be that reminder that, hey, babe, I got you. You don't have to worry about this. You don't have to be insecure about this. I got you. I'm here for you. But don't be the one that say, I don't like insecurities, but then create insecurities because you acting crazy. You can't do that either. But I think if you guys did share a common insecurity, then it would be more of a conversational piece for you guys to have, and then you guys could kind of bond and be even closer if you guys shared an insecurity. Say it was money. And if you guys are like out here grinding, trying to get that money together, because you guys don't want to be in a certain area, in your life, and you want to level up, then of course. I've had insecurities before. I don't like it because I work hard to rid mine. So I believe you need to work just as well. Absolutely. But coming into a relationship, a person's not going to know that. So I think that if you are like that, and if you've gotten rid of all your insecurities, then you need to be very vocal about that up front. Like, hey, bitch, I don't got no insecurities. I don't even want that shit. So if that's what you got, I suggest you stay the fuck away from me. Like, something like that. I mean, I don't know if that's what you're going to say. Probably not. But, I think that you need to be vocal because everybody has insecurities. Now, whether or not they feel like they can be vocal with you about them, that's another thing. Because if I feel like I can't talk to you, then it's going to be some secrets. And I'm just saying. If I feel like I can't talk to you, but I want to be with you, I'm going to have secrets. Even if my secrets are petty and stupid, it's still going to be secrets. What if sharing insecurities were perceived as being needy? It just depends, because if your insecurity is being needy, then you're being needy. That's not an insecure. That's not an insecurity. That's you being needy. If your insecurity is that, oh, I ain't got no man to pay my rent, you're being needy. You're being needy. I think those are two different things. And it's safe to say that we can categorize shit as two different things. Everybody knows when you being needy. Oh, I don't think you're going to pay my phone bill this month. Are you? Like, you're being needy. Why can't you pay your own phone bill? And I'm talking about new relationships. I'm not talking about people that have been together for a long time. I'm just talking about new relationship. Men also have insecurities about other men taking their women. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think that if that is a true insecurity, then you need to be very vocal about why. Because maybe it's happened to you before. Maybe you feel like you're underachieving in some sort of scenario in your relationship or whatever. And a lot of times, if you know you're an underachiever, then you're developing an insecurity because you already have been through this and you know what's going to happen. So you need to get your shit together. Would you date a man that was insecure about stuff all the time? Absolutely not. And I don't even think that I would attract a man that would be like that and insecure all the time, because that's not the energy that I give off. So I doubt if a man would ever approach me that had like just a fucking ton of insecurities, especially like a relationship shit. I don't even think I would attract that, but I am not strong enough to carry somebody with a whole lot of insecurities. That's not even what I'm out here trying to do. Jamar, to answer your question, I can't do that. I'm not built for that. Some women are, but me, I'm not trying to be out here fixing people. And I think in order to deal with a man like that, you have to want to fix him. And I ain't got time, because I got my own shit happening. Like, I'm trying to work on me internally, and I got these kids. Like, I ain't got time. I don't have time for a man that has like a whole lot of insecurities about every fucking thing. And I've been there and done that. That's something that I dealt with early on, when I started dating. So I don't know. I wouldn't, no. Mm-mm. Hey, Shalita. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about, insecurities. I was going to talk about this last week, but I was just so tired, and I couldn't give no more. I couldn't give. My hair was nappy. I had just got back from Miami. I had a fucking awesome time in Miami with Lachelle. In Ebony. I had an awesome time. So, but now it's grind time. I got these shows coming out. You guys are gonna be so proud if you listen to them. You're gonna be so proud. But I got these shows coming out, and I've just been working. You know, I've just been working out here grinding. For those of you who don't know or are new to this, I do have a show that comes out on iTunes, and it's on Google Play and SoundCloud. It's called The Parlay with Destiny J, and we have like a whole bunch of awesome people that come through that I talk to, and I do interviews, and then we talk about other shit. Yo, yo, what's up? So wait, hold on. And I have to be hard all day long. When I get home, I just want the comfort of my lady. I don't do video games and watch TV. I just want to give 100% of my time at home with my family. But I feel like it's not received. Okay, what's the rest of it? To my family, but I feel like it's not received. I mean, if you're giving all you got and you feel like, you know, the love is not being reciprocated, then I think there's a conversation that needs to be had, honestly, because there's got to be a reason. There's got to be a reason why. You know, there's got to be a reason why it's not being reciprocated. Maybe it's something else going on. Not saying that there's another person in the picture, but there's something else going on. Maybe mentally there's other things going on. You know, maybe she's dealing with things at work. Maybe she's dealing with things within her friendships with people. So there's something else going on if she's not able to kind of give you her attention. And that's real. That's just the black ass truth. It doesn't necessarily mean that she's cheating, but, you know, there's just something else that's occupying her time that she feels like she doesn't want to give it to you. That's what I feel. You know, because why else? So I think that if that is the case and that's going on, then there's a conversation that needs to be had. Do you guys have any other questions for me? It doesn't necessarily have to be about insecurities. I'm just here to answer y'all's questions and stuff. I need a man like that in my life. Well, they out here, girl. They out here. They ready and willing to spend all their time with you, boo. So you just if that's what you want, then you gonna find it. You know, you're gonna find it. But you gotta really want that in order to find it. Like, a lot of people say they want a lot of shit, but then they don't want to do what it takes to get it. And then they be like, oh, I ain't here, I ain't got what I need yet. Well, duh, because you don't really want it. It takes a special kind of person to go after goals, because it's not easy. It's very hard and it's very difficult. A lot of times we don't like to sacrifice shit. We don't want to sacrifice nothing, you know, and we don't want to, you know, deprive ourselves of anything. So, you know, we just like, fuck it, I don't really need it like that, you know, and we just don't get the things that we desire, the things that we want. I'm a different person. I do what I want to do, and I work damn hard at everything, but I don't even have to be that vocal about it, because for one, I don't have time to be vocal about it because I'm working. But two, like, you can see it. You can see my work ethic. I've only missed one Wednesday since I started this shit last year, and that was last week. And that was because I just got back from vacation, and I was just tired. But my work ethic shows. Like, niggas can say a lot of shit, but they can't say that they outwork me. Hell to the no. I think my team that I work with, they so goddamn tired of me, because it's every day, it's something with me every day, because I work hard. You know, I study a lot. You know, I have positive people around me, you know, that are helping me and that are encouraging me, because I be wanting to quit this shit. I be wanting to quit because it's a lot of work, but this is what I signed up to do. I signed up to help my people. I signed up to give you guys information that can help you maneuver through this fucked up ass world, you know. Dating sucks. A lot of crazy bastards in this world. Absolutely. You just gotta know how to spot them. One day I'm gonna do a show, right? and I'm gonna have a couple people in the studio with me, and I'm gonna do a show, and I'm gonna tell you guys about my woke situation. Like when I realized that I was in the Matrix, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that for y'all because that story is phenomenal. It's fucking nuts. But I think everybody has a story when they kind of like woke up and they realize what the fuck is happening around them. How do I get notifications about your feed? Please don't quit. Um, a lot of people put me on they see first list. I post. If you have a Apple phone or Apple phone, if you have an iPhone, um, I the the links come on like every time I upload something on the podcast thing, then you'll get a notification on your phone. And then if you subscribe to my SoundCloud, then you'll get a notification then. If I'm so cool, thanks. I try to be not cool because I don't even know how to be cool no more. I'm just here. But thank you. But yeah, if you and then you can like the page or whatever. You realize you was woke when you started smoking. Bruh, I think that is like I'm gonna tell my story. I'm gonna pick like 4 or 5 people to come in the studio with me, and we're gonna all share our woke stories. Um, you're not tech savvy. Okay, so I will put the links out to my SoundCloud. Just hit the subscribe button, and then every time I upload a new show, it'll send you a notification. So I'll put the link in here so you can see it, and then you can listen to past shows or whatever, or you can listen to just the up and coming ones that I have. There's 2 coming out, probably one this week, one next week, 2 more coming out the weeks after that. I'm undecided if I want to put 2 out a week or if I want to just do one, because it's a lot of work. But yeah, I got some shit for y'all. Some people that y'all will want to hear from. Some cool people, like people that you wouldn't ordinarily even know that are doing like awesome ass shit. You know, don't fuck around and make me the connect, because then you're gonna have to go through me to get to these people, to get to your faves, and I'm gonna charge you. So don't let me be the connect. But I'll put all the links in here. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that show though, because I'm gonna tell y'all my woke stories. It's crazy. It is crazy. Like I'm reflecting in my mind because I remember like where I was, what I was doing. That's gonna be awesome. But yeah, and then y'all, I'm on Twitter and I'm on Snapchat. Yeah, I mean, I try to share what I know, and I try to share what I feel. Like I'm very very like I'm a woman, so like I'm very very emotional a lot. Little things that people say can trigger like emotions, and I'll be like sad or I'll be like really happy. The thing that makes me so happy more than anything is seeing the accomplishments of my peers around me. Like I'm so proud of you guys for just doing the littlest things. Like if you're not known for going to work every day and you out here going to work every day and you trying, I'm proud of you. Cuz those are big big accomplishments. People don't understand how hard it is to walk a straight line. It is so easy to get in trouble out here. It is so easy to get caught up in foolishness. And I commend all of you guys for trying to be as straight as you can and out here trying and working and trying to be the best person that you can be. Okay, we all fall short. It happens. We do. Sometimes my attitude is trash. Sometimes I act like trash. Sometimes I want to throw my own goddamn self in the trash, because I'm tired of my shit. But then other days I be having good days. But nothing makes me more happier than the accomplishments of the people that are around me, the people that I see on Facebook, the people that I interact with, because it's hard. It's hard to put yourself out there. People out here taking nudes and shit and putting them out, because that's their art. That shit is hard to do. And then all just to get like a like. Knowing that, you had to actually physically put yourself out there in order to take a artistic picture of yourself naked. But I commend people that are doing that because that's what they want to do, and that's what makes them happy, and that's what they're confident and they're good at. you know. So just keep pushing forward, and I promise you that I will keep going. I promise you, because as much as I be wanting to quit, I promise you I will keep going as long as I keep seeing that positivity around me. And you guys are doing a great job. And there's some people in here that I have never met before ever. They're new. They just became my friends within the last couple days. So again, to you, you know, keep pushing forward. If you aspire to be an artist, a rapper, a singer, a dancer, whatever, I want to see your accomplishments. I will look at it. I will tune in. I will try to be as present as I possibly can, you know, but that makes me happy to see you guys accomplishing stuff. Miss Natalie just entered. She has a garden on the north side, you know, so me and my girls, whenever we get a moment, we're going to go visit Miss Natalie's garden, and she's going to teach us some gardening techniques so we can grow our own food and stop eating this shit that they sell in the stores, because it's awful. I'm sorry about my language, Miss Natalie. I know how you feel about my language, but I just get excited. So if you guys don't have any other questions for me, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Thank you guys for joining me. As always, it's been real. And if you like this video, share it. Well, if nobody else has anything, I waited like 2 seconds. But all right. Bye. Oh, hey, Sam. You missed it. Sorry. Maybe next time, because I'm finna go. But bye. I will talk to you next Wednesday.